Hello?
Hello, am I speaking to Karma?
I mean, you called me. You should know who you're speaking to.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, of course I know who you are. You're Ghostface?
Then you should know I have some questions for you.
Oh. You mean the movie questions, like the trivia questions? You do realise I'm a horror-based channel, right? Like, asking me those questions is like the equivalent of giving the answers on a maths test to like a genius. They already know the answers to everything.
Who played Leatherface first?
Gunnar Hansen.
What film had the quote, "Jesus wept"?
Hellraiser.
Why haven't you made a Scream video yet?
Oh. Is that what this is all about? The fact I haven't made a video yet? On you specifically?
Yes. All I want is some recognition.
I mean, if you wanted a video so bad, all you had to do was ask.
Wait, really? Shit, my bad. I'm sorry about that.
Nah, mate. It's all good. It's all good. Just... come here. Let's make the video. Come on. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be ranking the 5 Scream films that there are so far. I know Scream 6 is coming out on the 8th of March in the UK, I believe, and the 10th of March in, well, the USA and all over the other places of the world. So I wanted to look at all the films we got so far, from Scream to Scream. But yeah, so let's have a look at the 5 films, my rankings from worst to best, or better off. I don't think any of them are bad. I just think that there's a least good one and a really good one, because all the Scream films have been really well done so far, in my opinion. So in place number 5, I put Scream 3. Now, Scream 3 is, like, I think everyone's least favourite. I know some people really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I think it had some really decent scenes in it. I really loved the set piece design when Sidney was running around the nostalgic places. The part where it weakened was the fact that I think the film had too many rewrites, just like in the actual film. And, you know, I just think that because of the rewrites, there were going to be 2 killers, but I think they scrapped it and went with 1. So I think it was a bit rushed, and I think Wes Craven was rushed by the studio. I think, at least. But yeah, it's just the least favourite in my opinion. Not saying it's shit, not saying it's bad, just my least favourite out of the bunch. In place 4, I put Scream 2. Now, Scream 2 was one of my favourites to watch as a kid, because I really loved the motive and the reveal. The reveal of Billy Loomis's mother had such a Friday the 13th aspect to it, and she even gave the portrayal of Pamela Voorhees in that film. I know a lot of people who've seen Friday the 13th will notice like the similarities with Pamela Voorhees and Billy Loomis's mother. I thought that was amazing. The cinema scene at the opening, it definitely followed the rules that Randy said, how the gore's going to be better, the effects are going to be more violent, and how it's going to be much more elaborate and there's going to be bigger scenes. I thought Scream 2 was really good, but as I've gotten older, I've just sort of realised it's not one of my favourites anymore, because we've got Scream 5 that came out. So in place number 3 is Scream 5, or Scream 2022. Now, this was such a good one because I saw it in cinema. It was my first Scream film in cinema. I was born way back in the early 2000s, so I didn't get to see Scream 3 because I wasn't born, and I didn't get to see Scream 4 in cinemas because I was only, what, 7 or 8? Scream 5. Definitely a unique entry into the series because it has revitalized the series as a whole, and they always come back with a new meta or a new meaning, and Scream 5 really did that. It really went all out with the motive, because the motive behind this one is if you haven't seen it, so I'm gonna have to spoil, but you know, the motive behind it is literally the fandom, like the toxic fandom of like the stab movies, and I thought that was really interesting. And in a modern era, doing that sort of thing is very like, you know, relatable. It's very relatable. I lost for words there. There's always some people in a fandom that would just take things a little too far. That's kind of like me when someone tells me I'm not a Halloween fan. But yeah, no, Scream 5 definitely felt like a fresh new point, and I could see, because of its success, that they want to do Scream 6, and it looks to be very wild and fun, so I can't wait to see that in cinema. Getting into the final two places, I'm going to get a lot of backlash for this, because people are going to go wild if they see me say this. But I'm going to say it. In place number 2 is Scream. I can already hear you typing away. No, stop. Let me talk. So, this ranking isn't like a factual worst to best or least to best. It's my favourite. So like, it's my favourite Scream film to my least favourite Scream film. So, Scream the original, you can't really disrespect it. It was known for saving the horror slasher genre and revitalising it, and it was known for so much more. Like, it's such an icon, like, because of Wes Craven making that film, it's, you know, it's a part of my teenhood. I've always loved the Scream film. But I don't want to be disrespectful, but I do genuinely like Scream, but I like Scream 4 a little bit better. And that's where my top 1 places. Here's my top number 1, it's Scream 4. Scream 4 came out in 2011. Around that time, I was a young kid, and I was still getting into horror. I got into horror at a very young age. I remember specifically seeing stuff about Scream 4 because it came out around the same time the internet was getting bigger and everything like that. And around like 2013, 2014, that's when I started getting really into horror. That was when I was about 10 or 11. Scream 4 had been out for some time, and I just really loved it. And so it had a more nostalgic place in my heart than the original, because I watched that one on the internet more. I browsed YouTube looking for clips of it because I was such a horror fan. I wanted to get as much info and as much horror into my head as possible. So the fact that I watched it a lot meant it had more sentimental value, if that makes sense. It's just, I love the characters, I love the reveal at the end. You know, Jill being the killer is just like, it was like mind-blowing. It was just mind-blowing. But I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Scream 4. And I don't care if you're going to start typing away on your keyboards or your phones saying like, oh, Scream 1 was better. I know it's better factually. Like, it's a better film, period, because it had a way better motive, reveal and everything like that. But the thing is, right, I genuinely just like Scream 4. I've liked it more than most of the Scream films. So the fact it's on my favourite list, it's just my favourite. You might hate Scream 4, and that's perfectly fine. But yeah, that's been my video on ranking the Scream films. Did I do good, Ghostface? Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comment what your favourite Scream film is. And yeah.